Hello and welcome to this week's edition of iTorah. We recently read in the Torah of the marriage of Isaac and Rebekah, and in that context of the gifts which were presented to Rebekah, namely a ring which was worth a half a shekel and 2 bracelets which weighed 10 pieces of gold. Now this is all very well, but we know that everything which it says in the Torah has relevance, not only once upon a time, but in our lives today too. So what possible significance could be in these gifts? Rashi immediately notes this and says that the 2 bracelets which weighed 10 pieces of gold, in fact, referred to the 2 tablets of stone with the 10 commandments. And the ring, which weighed half a shekel, referred to the half shekel gift which every Jew was to give towards the temple. Well, that's all very cute, but what does it mean to us? The Lubavitcher Rebbe points out, and he says that we need to note that this first marriage in the Torah, the marriage of Isaac and Rebekah, is representative of every single Jewish marriage. And every single Jewish marriage in return is representative of the marriage par excellence, which is the marriage of God to the Jewish people. And just as in the case of the marriage of God and the Jewish people, that what confirmed the marriage, what consummated the marriage, was the 2 tablets of stone on which were engraved the 10 commandments, so also in the lives of every single Jew and Jewess, what makes their marriage strong is a commitment to the 2 tablets of stone upon which are written the 10 commandments. The 10 commandments on the 2 tablets of stone have stood the Jewish people well. We're still here to tell the tale some 3,500 years after the Torah was given. And so also we tell every Jewish bride and groom that if you want your marriage to last, you need to base it on eternal principles, on the Torah and its commandments. What's the significance of a ring which weighs half a shekel? The purpose, the Rebbe explains, of the Jews giving a half a shekel is for them to realize that a person on his own is only a half. In order to become whole, he requires union with God or union with another person. And similarly also we tell the Chatan and Kala, and this is the meaning of the presentation of a ring worth half a shekel, that you too are only half. What makes you whole is your partner in life. This itself is a beautiful message. The Kli Yakar, who is one of the famous commentators on the Bible, extends this message a little further. The Kli Yakar explains that the gift of money which the Jews were to give in the wilderness is a half, whereas the Torah is referred to 2 braided bracelets, not just bracelets, but 2 braided bracelets. He therefore points out that money, which is really synonymous of all material things, leaves a person feeling a half, whereas the Torah, which is synonymous with all our spiritual connections to God, leaves a person feeling combined and connected, braided. He explains it this way. The Torah says that Ein Adam mate v'chatzi tavato biado. No person dies having achieved even half of his lusts and his desires. You want to get that job with $100,000 a year. You finally get it. All of a sudden you realize that I want $200,000 a year. You finally get that car you've been saving for. You take it for a spin for a couple of weeks, and then somehow or the other, that too leaves you empty. You get the boat on the harbor. As they say, Sydney is that city of the haves and have-yachts. And then, a little while later, that too leaves you quite unsatisfied. No matter what material gain you have, it always leaves you feeling half. No one dies with even half of his lusts in his hand. Torah, on the other hand, once you do Torah, you feel fulfilled. You don't lust. Mitzvot are attracted to you. You become attracted to them, and you feel ever more fulfilled doing good things. The second point in terms of a half is that there's nothing in this world which causes friction as much as money. Nearly every war, nearly every argument between people, every amount of friction that we find between one human being and another has its roots, if you look deep enough, in money. Torah, on the other hand, and spiritual pursuits bring people closer together. Whereas material things divide people, make them feel as only a half. Thirdly, the Kli Yakar explains that no matter how much you've accumulated during your lifetime, when you go to the grave, you have to leave it all behind. It leaves you lonely and a half. Whereas Torah braids onto you and remains with you, not only in this world, but in the world to come as well. And so explains the Kli Yakar, the Torah is telling us that when it comes to a marriage, if you want wholesomeness, don't base it on material pursuits. That marriage will always be wanting for more, both the husband and wife. It's likely to cause friction between the husband and wife. And even if they have everything that they ever wanted, they'll never be able to take it with them. Whereas they base their lives on Torah and spiritual values, they'll live fulfilled lives, there'll be peace in the home, and it'll something which they will be able to leave an eternal legacy. I wish you all Shabbat Shalom.